Over 40 of our members made over $3,000 today. Our full NVIDIA analysis on earnings, instilling confidence. Do you need a dose? I know everybody does. Our game plan in full Forex, as well as our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. We're going to talk about how over 40 of our members, 43 who at least admitted to me, made over 3 grand today in the market. And I do find this quite amazing because a Google, I use Gmail, mark.melnick at t3live.com. And on any Google page, you get 50 emails, and 43 of those emails on my front page were basically love letters, um, not like people asking to, take me to a romantic spot or people trying to make out with me. It's just more of people making money and they wanted to voice their appreciation, if you will, by emailing me. And I'm going to show you exactly how we did it and why it's so important, especially as a broadcaster, to be able to instill confidence. Now, we all know that traders, when they lose money, they get stripped of their confidence. You hear it all the time. It's extremely common. It happens to everybody. How many of those traders, hey guys, you can hold your positions now because I sold out. It's going to go up now. Or, all right, guys, you could go short right now because I went long. Or, you guys, you know what I'm saying. Oh, I got stopped out here, so now it could finally go up. You know what I'm talking about. And you know what? I'm here to tell you that that's not your fault. I'm here to tell you that the human brain was programmed and designed to do that. It's actually trying to protect you, your own brain, and it doesn't know better from you. So I wanted to talk today about instilling confidence, but first, how 43 of our Newsbeat Live members made over 3 grand. And if you think I had the highest P&L today out of our play, you are very, 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 I wouldn't say sadly mistaken, I would say ecstatically mistaken. Thank you for all your emails, guys. A lot of you are on this list. I'm not dropping any of your names. I know you're listening in the room right now. So here, Mark, phenomenal, phenomenal timing on your call. Thank you so much. I had my best day as a trader, $7,286, and that's one. Let me click to the next. Mark, thank you so much. Great call today. I made $3,600. It was my best day in a long time. Thank you. Next email. Phenomenal timing. I don't know how you do it. I think you have a magic ball. I made 12 and a half grand today. 12 and a half grand today in the room. Now, I'm not going to go through 43 emails. These are the people who just wrote me. I mean, we have hundreds of members. These are the ones who just emailed me. And I sat there and I literally tallied it on a paper, like, like Roman numeral tallying, where you write 4 lines and you draw a slash through it. And I literally did that. And I counted 43 people who are telling me that they made over $3,000 today. It's one thing, I think in this industry when a broadcaster shows their P&L, and it's even saying more when the people who are following that broadcaster are making money with them. As I always say, there is a huge difference between somebody who's a good broadcaster and somebody who's a good trader. It actually tends to be a night and day difference. The majority of people out there cannot do both effectively. The vast majority of good broadcasters are bad traders, and the vast majority of good traders are bad broadcasters. And I was thinking, why is that? Why is that? And it's actually not their fault. It's not because they're bad at what they do. It's just phenomenally hard to micromanage your trades. Do you realize what it feels like when you buy 1,500 options in something and every option alert out there is going crazy and everyone in the market with any sort of options filter or service is looking at your stock, but then you're inside a room calling out your conviction behind an idea in real time? Do you realize how difficult that is? It's very hard. Most broadcasters, they need help. A lot of the bigger rooms outside of T3 and things like that, they'll have like 4 or 5 broadcasters, so the broadcasters can focus in on trading while not needing to address an entire room from 9:30 to 4. And then the ones who do it alone, and which I have ultimate respect for as well, have the hardest job in the world because then you have to sit there and you have to talk through everybody's trades. I mean, in my room, I'm analyzing every single stock that other people are watching, whether I'm trading it or not. Not only that, I'm calling out all my trades in real time. It's very, believe me, I understand it's very difficult. But when it comes to being a broadcaster and you get emails like I got today, like I got emails, and if any of you other guys made $3,000 or more today in our room and you didn't email me because I want to know how high that number is at this point. Now I'm curious. I'm going to show you exactly how we did it. And I want to show you why we're trying to bridge what a good professional trader looks like bridging into a good broadcaster. Because a good trader makes money. A good broadcaster assists the people around him to make money or her to make money. But rarely do you get both. Rarely do you have the person who is great to follow and is just crushing the markets always, and they'll have a few good days and they'll post their P&L and whatnot. Yeah, I made more money today than I made in the past couple weeks. I'll admit that. It takes, one day. So when looking, let's look at what we did here. Oh, by the way, the highest number somebody reported, $53,000, by the way. That was the highest number. $53,000 off of our idea. Now you have to say, is that person just a good trader? How does it help? I'll tell you exactly what it sounds like, and I'll show you what it was like and why you should be excited whether you caught this name or not, because you're going to get a repeat of this. So if you remember from yesterday, if you were listening to the Newsbeat Show, you listened to last night's episode, or if you're a member of the room and you're listening to the Newsbeat nightly, I said I have a really good feeling that we're going to have something really special today. If you remember, I said that yesterday. I mean, it's recorded. And then we come in today, and people are hitting home runs across the board today. Now, how is that? How is that possible? Was it the sheer confidence behind something giving me the ability to do? I mean, all right, I'm not a psychic. I know you guys joke around like I have a crystal ball. But why did I say that? I don't talk like that ever, unless something really happens. But when I do talk like that, something generally happens. So why does it happen like that? You ever stop and think for a moment, like, why did Mark say that yesterday? And why does it happen all of a sudden? And I'm going to teach you how to become more confident, and I'm going to teach you how to make more money just by simply watching this show. Watch when I teach you how to instill confidence in others. We took AGN. We took AGN here. Stock was popping a little higher, and I loaded in calls. I gave the conviction to my room that I was buying right there, and the majority of the room understood exactly what I was doing, reacted it in real time, and watched their stock go from about 148 and change, all the way to $153.76. Was that the high of the day? Yeah, that was the high of the day, and the stock exploded. And throughout the entire way up here, this is a 5-minute chart. Throughout the entire way up here, I'm saying, guys, you could break this level. Guys, there's an A plus trigger here. Guys, it's still bullish. Guys, it still looks good. Guys, it could go higher. I didn't even hold up until here. A lot of you guys were able to sell there. The calls that we purchased, went up, what was it, 600% in value from the bottom to the top. If you took the weeklies, there were other calls that somebody else took. Somebody in the room actually took the 152s or 152 and a halves. I forgot what strike. And those things went up over 1,000%. 1,000%. Could you imagine what 1,000% of your money looks like? People have usually a hard time understanding what that actually entails. When you make 1,000% of your money, you bet $1,000, you make $10,000. You bet $100, $100 risk, meaning the most you're going to lose is $100. On options, you make $1,000. Here's another one, and I'm just going to read one more email, and then I'm going to teach you how to turn around your conviction, and I'm going to instill confidence within you and help you as a trader, whether you're in my room or not. One trader literally bought 500 shares. 500 shares. Wrote it for 4 points, made $2,000. I asked him what his stop loss was. He had a 20-cent stop. He had a $100 risk on 500 shares and made $2,000. Powerful, powerful things with a move like this. And we were all over it. And congratulations to everybody who capitalized. The reason why you were able to capitalize on it was because I was able to do a good job today as a broadcaster. I was able to deliver my responsibilities for you. It's one thing when I look up on my screen and I see a nice P&L. It's a million times different when I see your P&Ls. When you come to me and you guys write me all the emails that you've written me about today, I melt inside. I melt inside because I know I'm making a difference for you. I'm going to teach you how to instill that confidence and how to get behind a trade and how to make that money. But first, I'm going to give you my NVIDIA analysis. So on the NVIDIA analysis before the bell, I took some lotto puts before the bell, even though I was bullish on the numbers, and I thought inevitably they were going to beat, and they did beat on earnings. But the stock is down 7.5 points after hours right now. So taking a look here at NVIDIA, you're pulling down. I mean, not a surprise. We ended up taking the puts, despite the fact that I was super bullish on the name. So let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers. All right. So no doubt they announced $2.05 earnings per share versus the $1.45 expected. Their Q2 revenue, they see $3.1 billion versus $2.95 billion expected. NVIDIA says their data centers revenue grew by 71% to a record $701 million. They say their Q1 automotive revenue, which is artificial intelligence, grew 4% from a year ago to a record $1.72 billion. Just like we told you on our analysis yesterday, the cryptocurrency demand was stronger than they expected, just like I told you it was going to be, but was mostly fulfilled with crypto-specific GPUs, meaning the video cards that give you the best hash rate, which literally translates into the dollar value you're mining when choosing a specific healthy gaming demand. There was not one negative thing that NVIDIA reported. Yet, we bought puts. Or at least I bought puts, lotto puts, nothing serious. But there's something even better. We're probably going to get a really good trading opportunity tomorrow, excuse me, with NVIDIA. We're probably going to get a really nice trading opportunity. I'm already going to tell you what the analysts are going to say tomorrow before they report. So far, not one analyst reported upgrades, downgrades, or commented on the NVIDIA earnings. Right now, 0 analysts came out. They're going to come out tomorrow morning, and you could rest assured they're going to say something. I think you're going to get raises across the board in reiterations. I would be shocked to see one analyst downgrade NVIDIA off what they reported. Because when you look at the numbers of what they reported, as we correctly predicted, it wasn't good, it was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. And guess what? They talked about how Uber self-driving cars, NVIDIA founder and CEO Jensen Huang announced that the NVIDIA Drive constellation, a cloud-based system for testing autonomous vehicles using photorealistic simulation, is deploying production, and self-driving cars requires a solution for testing and validating on billions of driving miles to achieve the safety and reliability needed for customers. So while you see all these disasters happening in Tesla, and you see all these, people unfortunately dying because their self-driving cars aren't good, NVIDIA gets in. They're like, look, we need to have billions of miles of testing before we could perfect this. This company gets it. And like I told you before, who are you going to trust with an Let me tell you, you're in an autonomous vehicle. Do you want to go in Tesla? Do you want to go in a self-driving Uber? Or do you want NVIDIA's technology inside the car driving you? What would you put your life on? It's like playing Russian roulette when you sit in a self-driving Tesla. It's like, oh, there was glare coming off a truck, so it just crashed at full speed. I mean, what kind of stupid nonsense is that? So everything NVIDIA reported was good. I'm in lotto puts. We'll see what they do tomorrow. But at the same time, this is how I'm going to trade it tomorrow. I'm only going to buy to the upside on the first 1 minute bar. First 1 minute bar closes. A lot of you guys are thinking, oh, why not short it if that 1 minute bar breaks? Be my guest. You can do that if you want. I am not doing that. The only way I'm going to trade NVIDIA in the morning is if a 1 minute bar closes bullish. And so 9:30 to 9:31, you don't trade NVIDIA. The first minute the market is open, you don't trade NVIDIA. As soon as NVIDIA breaks that 1 minute bar to the upside, let's say whatever number that is, and it breaks out, I'm going to market in some option calls on the offer. I might take some shares. Either way, doesn't matter. Making a bullish bet at that point. Because people are going to be looking at NVIDIA, psychologically speaking, as a buying opportunity. Do you think, let me tell you, if you're an analyst and a company hired you, doesn't matter, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, you're the NVIDIA analyst, and you have these price targets that I was talking to you about yesterday on the Newsbeat Show, $300 targets, $280, $290 on NVIDIA. And NVIDIA closes near 260 today, and they report earnings, and now they're gapped down 8 points. What are you going to say when your boss comes over to you and be like, yo, what's up? What's happening here? What do you think? Oh, yo, God, I was so wrong. Can't believe I put that price target of 300 on it. I mean, they crushed across the board on every single sector, on every single segment, destroyed Wall Street consensus. I mean, I was wrong. My fault. You think they're going to talk like that? Are they going to come back and say, look, this is just confirming my belief even heavier. I'm going to raise my price target even further to show you that I have even more confidence in what I told you before as opposed to less. Anybody who downgrades NVIDIA is probably at risk at losing their job as an analyst at that firm. That's what I'm telling you. It makes no sense to downgrade this name. And look, this is not Captain Hindsight talking to you here. This is not me showing you a chart of what you could have done today. This is not me saying, okay, look, here's a top of a candle you can buy through here. I'm telling you tomorrow what my strategy is. I'm telling you tomorrow what I think these analysts are going to say. You're going to get reiterations where they either keep the price target. Reiterations will be price targets that are higher than where it's trading. So, for example, if an analyst has a $280 or a $300 price target, they're going to be like, the earnings look great, we're reiterating our buy rating, or you might find words like, the weakness is a buying opportunity, or this analyst recommends buying on weakness. You're probably going to see that, and you're going to see upgrades in the name. So, if you see upgrades in the name, what these people are going to do, what do you think happens when the Morgan Stanley analyst, for example, on NVIDIA has a $300 price target, and he reiterates a $300 target, and then all of a sudden the clients are calling up their brokers at Morgan Stanley like, yo, what should I do here? The broker's going to be like, well, our research department, our analysts feel that it's even going higher. We think it's a buying opportunity. Do you want to buy more, or do you want to sell out? What do you think they're going to say? Oh, I'll buy more. That is going to be the most common response people are going to get, whether this thing goes up or down tomorrow. Now remember, my long is going to be nothing more than a scalp opportunity. I don't think it's going to be Alibaba, where it's down a little and then it comes all the way back up and makes us money, like when Alibaba reported. I don't think that's going to happen on NVIDIA. But I do think there's going to be a long trade involved, and I do think that we need to be part of it. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow with the stock. First 1 minute bar, let it close, breaks to the upside, scalp long. Now we're going to talk about instilling confidence. And do you need a dose? And you probably do. You probably need a dose. And I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you a healthy dose of making money. So confidence is the reason you might have the best strategy in the world, but your lack of confidence will make you hesitate when you shouldn't. And overly confidence will make you do stupid things when you shouldn't as well. So where do you draw the balance? So I'm going to give you a story, and I'm going to instill this confidence in you. There are two money managers working at a hedge fund conducting research on a stock, and they arrive at similar conclusions. Both enter positions to take advantage of the directional move they believe will result from upcoming actions in the company, earnings. Soon the market reverses on both of them, responding to a slew of weak numbers and weak reports from the companies, and they're both long. The first manager fears a drawdown in profits, doubts the original research, and exits the entire position. So the first manager was long, watched the stock go down, was scared of a drawdown in profits, doubting the original research that he or she had, and exits the position. The second money manager retains the confidence in the view, believing that nothing in the recent report changes the fundamental values driving the company. That manager adds to the position to take advantage of the better prices. Sounds familiar of what I'm telling you is going to be happening a lot on the phone tomorrow with people who own NVIDIA at these brokers. And when the market or the stock subsequently reverses and moves as expected, one manager is out of the position, makes no money, actually takes a loss, and the other takes a significant profit. This is an all too common situation with traders. Two people have the same research, the same idea, one makes money, one does not. And that's very common for traders here in the world. The difference between those two traders is confidence in one's views, the capacity to hold to a conviction in the face of uncertainty. I see this situation play itself out repeatedly. I see it play itself out repeatedly. So, what is confidence? And how can we think and act with greater belief in ourselves? And how is it going to help our trading? To be sure, confidence can be overvalued to the point where we often prefer cockiness to genuine expertise. That exposes us to the overconfidence bias. It also creates situations in which misplaced confidence makes us vulnerable to unscrupulous confidence games. Still, with that being said, confidence matters. In fact, according to a Harvard research report, it suggests that self-confidence contributes to success, and success helps build confidence. Isn't that funny? Noting there is a gap in confidence between women and men, the people who wrote this report also observed that success depends as much on confidence as competence. Women, believe it or not, are likely to apply for a promotion when they meet 100% of the criteria for the new position. Men are likely to apply if they meet half of those criteria for a new position. You want to know how the real gender gap starts? That's how the real gender gap starts. In trading, confidence really shapes how we're viewed by other traders and how we do in the market. There's a study that this Harvard wasn't law school, just Harvard School took, in which a group of students were asked about their knowledge of historical events, including fake events. The students who displayed overconfidence by claiming to have knowledge of the fake events were significantly more likely to be rated favorably by peers, as well as they were more likely to become successful at their job. What separates genuine confidence as a trader from mere bluster and bravado, I would argue, is that the confidence we find enhancing is actually optimism, as applied to the self. The self confident person is one who radiates optimism about future outcomes. That is why we hit a home run today. And that is why I said yesterday that we were going to run into something very special today. Early as a trader, you know, I I didn't really know. Everything was very odd and vague to me. And unfortunately, I didn't have the guidance of true professionals and true people who knew what they were talking about around me. I had to figure it out myself. However, after I was actually gaining the confidence by adding several parameters, changing the foods I eat. When you took the Newsbeat Masterclass, and I'm talking about food as one of the key things that raise optimism and serotonin in your body, where do you think serotonin comes from? Where do you think the majority of serotonin in your body comes from? The majority of you people, where do you think? I'll give you 10 seconds. Don't type it in Google. What do you think? Say it out loud. Where does serotonin in your body come from? Where do you think? The majority of people think that it comes from the brain, when in actuality, yes, Brian, it comes from your stomach, your gut. You want to know what a gut instinct is? Literally, the foods that we discussed inside our Newsbeat Masterclass are foods that are going to help make you more money in the market. And by being around people who have confidence, a further study, this one from Oxford, literally showed that students who associated with proximity to other students who are confident scored better on their tests. Literally sitting next to the smart kid in class. I'm not saying cheating, no cheating involved, but sitting next to that smart kid in class is actually proven to get you better grades as opposed to sitting next to, the class clown. Being in a trading environment where traders around you have confidence behind their ideas is going to ultimately help you make more money. Now, you want to hit a home run? How many of you guys want to hit a home run? You do? You want to hit a home run? Okay, let's put this to the test. I'm not talking about the one today. No, I'm not talking about the one today. I'm talking a new one. Next week we have an open house. Next week we have an open house. What are the odds you think that something special is going to happen that week? What are the odds that you think that something really special, a special trade is going to happen in your account next week? In my head, for my account, I would say the odds are about 99%. Short of, disaster on the planet, we go to war, something crazy, the market shuts down, our electric grid shuts off. I think there's about a 99% chance that something really special is going to happen next week. Are you prepared? Are you ready? Are you going to be sitting there, you know, with constant distractions around you? Are you going to roll out of bed at 9:20 a.m. because you're up too late on Sunday night for whatever reason? Quickly throw on the coffee, boil the water, turn on your computer, bang, log in, and you're ready to trade? Are you going to be that person? Or are you going to be the person who got enough sleep, woke up early, prepared with us, was ready, had their software hooked up properly? Do you think there's a reason in which why I shared my software setup with you guys? You think there's a reason why we talked about the importance of having speed in the market? Next week, something very special is going to happen. We're having an open house. And consider this my gift for you for being part of the open house. And if you're part of the open house, that's the gift enough. I'm actually speaking, this is for the members who are actually already part of the room. I mean, if you're in the open house, you also get to receive this gift. But this is for members of the room who are going to be helping me with this open house, answering people's questions in chat before I can even get to them and making my job 100 times easier. Because the Newsbeat Live is more than a community. It's a family of professional traders who are looking out for one another and are always striving to bring the person who's knocked down on their feet, helping them stand up and getting to that next level. That's what the Newsbeat Live Room is all about. Professional traders, consistent traders, real traders making money on a real-time basis. So I am looking forward to hosting you. T3 will be sending out, promotional emails and whatnot. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled for the Newsbeat Live Room. You get 1 week for free of my room. I highly suggest you're there at 9:30 in the morning. I highly suggest you take this seriously. If making money is your goal in trading, you have to take your job seriously. One of the stupidest things I did as a young trader was I would be up till 2:30 in the morning. I didn't take my job too seriously because I was my own boss. The funny thing is, a lot of people, especially when you're your own boss, you don't know how to manage your time effectively. If somebody told you you had to be at work by 8 o'clock in the morning and you had to be there till 5 p.m., you would be a lot more structured. But when you become a day trader and you're trading at home, all of a sudden that structure dissipates and that structure disappears. And you say, who's Mark to tell me that I should be in bed by 10 o'clock? I want to stay up till 2 in the morning. Doing what? Smoking marijuana, drinking, watching TV, going out bar hopping, chilling with your friends, playing video games? How do you think I know all these answers? Take trading seriously take next week very seriously. The opportunities that I'm going to hit you up with are most likely going to appear probably on a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, or all three, or all of the above. And they're probably going to happen between 9:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. So now I'm also telling you a time in which something special will happen. Make sure you have the proper software. Make sure you have the proper speed. Make sure whether you're buying stock or options, make sure if you're doing anything, make sure that you're doing it right, correctly, as effectively as possible. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I will take you to that next level, but you're going to have to help me too. At the end of the day, it's you who is taking care of your life. I don't mean to sound like your father or an older brother or your mother and telling you that you need to go to bed early. You'll do whatever the heck you want at the end of the day. I'm going to tell you what's right at the end of the day. Do I really need to tell you the countless reports? Do I really need to show you the countless reports of people who can't sleep? Tomorrow, I am going to. No, tomorrow there is no Newsbeat Show. Sunday night, for those who have trouble sleeping, I am going to unveil a product to you that is going to change and shape the future of humanity. I'm going to unveil a product for you in which you could purchase. It's not my company, but you're more than welcome to purchase it if you'd like. And I'm going to unveil to you this product that is going to change, that's going to change your life forever. And you're going to be shocked of its efficacy. And I'm going to unveil that to you. We are going to make the world a better place. It should be duly noted that I will be giving half of my profits today that I made on that big move to charity. Should be duly noted. The more we do best for the world, the more it's going to come back to us. I will get you to that next level, ladies and gentlemen. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to allow me help you. So I'm really looking forward to hosting this open house next week. It's just going to be big, it's going to be huge, and we're going to have a lot of money to be made in trading. Our game plan in Forex? Sure, why not? Here you go. Candy. That's the Chinese Tesla, as it's so eloquently called. You saw the stock today. If you weren't watching it, had a really beautiful explosive move up. Last time this happened, you had a nice little follow through. We'll see if it continues. And I'm very bullish here in Candy. Let's see if it could break above $6.20. It's doing nothing after hours right now. And of course, our live Forex right over here. 3 orders. They're all buys. Here's my size in US standard lots. Here's the symbol pairing I'm trading. Here's the price in which I'm willing to pay for it. Here's my stop loss if I get filled and I'm wrong. Here's my take profit if I get filled and I'm right. And right there is all my live Forex orders for those who wish to follow. I guess you could call me a professional Forex trader since I make consistent money trading Forex year over year. I guess. Those are my trades. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we go into our full stock analysis. That's your stocks, my levels and thoughts where I may potentially buy and sell your stock. Of course, this is for Newsbeat Live members only. We are the fastest growing trading room in the nation. Happy trading, make money. And we'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.